All right, y'all, what is up? I'm here to do your guys' full moon reading like I said I was going to do. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who, like, there's so many comments on that last video that I did. It's unbelievable. I haven't had time to quite filter through, like, to go through and read them all. I've kind of read them as they came in, but outstanding response like I was not expecting. It always seems like the videos that I'm less confident about are the ones that, like, I feel like, you know, there's going to be some type of backlash or some judgment, always seem to be like the videos that you guys like the most. And I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart because you guys are like a true soul tribe. Like, you guys vibe with me. You guys get me. You guys encourage me. I encourage you. You encourage me. It's great. Okay. Anyways, moving on. So, into the smoke, we release all energy that does not serve us, all negativity that surrounds us, and all fears that limit us. So it is. All right, so let's put that out. Okay. So I made some note cards. I'm just going to kind of go through and read them. I tried to do it so I could keep my, so instead of jumping all over the place with like the information that, you know, I was reading, just to try and keep them, like on the same topic, I guess. Okay, so as y'all know, tomorrow, well, actually, you guys will probably see this on the day of the full moon, so January 17th. Okay, we do have a wolf moon. Fun facts, the reason that they call it the wolf moon is because out of all the full moons throughout the year, this is, if you go outside, depending where you live, you know, this is the moon where you can hear the wolves howl the most. Like, who would have thought, right? Because of hunger. Well, they said it, you know, it's all, wolves howl for many reasons, but in the winter, you know, when the snow hits the ground, a lot of times food can become scarce for the wolves. So, you know, they howl to communicate with other pack members. Also, wolves are known, they're very intelligent, very social animals. See, I don't even have my notes in order here, whatever. It's all good. I'm gonna just go off what I remember. Okay, so they're very sociable animals. They're very intelligent, okay? Another thing I wanted to say is I need to post it. Okay, me and my daughter, it was like last summer, it was in the middle of summer and it was a full moon. And we went outside, and every full moon we always make a thing to like go out somewhere, and we always howl, just be crazy, go let it out. Like, we go and just scream on the top of our lungs. It's just like a mommy-daughter thing, okay? We do it. And it just kind of helps let it out. So I wanted to make a note for you guys. Make sure you guys get out and let it out, okay? Go howl with the wolves. Go connect with nature. Go, you know, wolves are spiritual animals. Very, very spiritual. Let me see. Okay, yeah, here we go. They are known for working together as a pack. They're very protective and they're very, very strategic. So if you put yourself in a wolf's shoes, you know, during this full moon, think about working together as a team. Strategy is very important. Also, trusting your instincts, okay? So during this full moon, it is a time of introspection and transformations. Okay, so in the winter, everything dies off, so that when the spring comes, there's new growth. Okay, if everything doesn't die off, then how can new things bloom? So that's why they call it, you know, a very transformative time, because this is the peak. This is in the heart of the winter, so they say, in January. I swear, as a kid, I remember winter being December. I guess it seems like nowadays January is the colder month. Okay. So anyways, think about working together. Social, this can pertain to like social skills, social, you know, this may be a more social time for you. Working smarter, not harder. All right. Change is necessary for growth. So again, in order for new things to grow in the spring, everything has to die off, okay? There has to be change for new growth. Same thing goes for with pups, you know, like with the wolves. I was raised by the wolves. I just got that song in my head. I was raised by the wolves. Oh my gosh. You guys have to look up that song. I think it's called Raised by the Wolves. Okay, I forget who it's from. It is on my playlist that I will be releasing sometime soon. Okay. Anyways, yeah, this is when pups learn, you know, they come in, pups are born, wolf pups are born, and then, you know, the adult pups teach them how to hunt throughout, you know, and then they have 1 year and then they, you know, that change is necessary. So they go from being pups to learning how to hunt and thrive on their own. They also work together. They always stick together. Okay. What else did I write? Very strong vibrations at this time. Passion. Passion is another thing that heats up during this time because it is the coldest time of the month. So, you know, there's something I forgot. Maybe it'll come to me. Also, something I found interesting is that it's a great time for journaling. And remember, no wish is unobtainable. So that's when we move to intention setting. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to keep this in order here. So this is the full moon, full wolf, whatever, moon in Cancer, okay? It's a very intense energy to your love life. So your love life is intensified. It encourages you to find ideal work and to find a good balance between work and life. So an ideal work environment and balancing that out with your life, okay? Yeah, it's a good time to figure out what you need to do in order to become successful. So implementing changes, again, Cancerians and Capricorns, all signs are affected by this, you know, as usual, but Cancerians and Capricorns will feel it the most. So if you have strong Capricorn or Cancerian placements, that may pertain to you as well. I know, I forget what month it was, like last month or the month before, we had a full moon in Sag, and I'm a Sag moon. And that shit had me fucked up. Like, the energy was like messing with me so hard, okay? And then I looked it up and I was like, holy shit, because it's a Sagittarius moon. I get it now. So maybe significant, maybe not. I just found it ironic that Cancer and Capricorn will feel it the most because we are in Capricorn season and it's a Cancer moon, okay? Moving on. So this is also the most important moon to be making moon water. So out of all 12 cycles throughout the year, this is the most important moon to make it. Doesn't mean that you cannot make it on other moon cycles at all. I also wrote down, do never make moon water on an eclipse moon, okay? Anyways, I'll explain that when I get to that card. But okay, so this is a great time for fasting, purging, and detoxing, which I found also really ironic because the other day I was going through my freezer and I had a bunch of frozen fruit in there, like fruit we picked, wild fruit and stuff throughout the summer, and then I froze it. And I was like, man, I need to clean out the freezer. So I went through and took all the frozen fruit and I defrosted it, and then I got a blender and I blended it up and I started making a bunch of detox drinks. I looked up some recipes online, you know, with some turmeric and some ginger and some all kinds of shit in there. Coconut oil, sparkling peach water. I added a bunch of shit. Anyways, along with some good stuff, you know, I had to take away the bitter taste of some of the things. But anyways, I made some detox smoothies in there, a bunch of them, and I was going to do like 3-day detox. And this was before I learned any of this. I felt the need to go through and clean out my freezer and make some detox drinks and detox myself as well, because I keep hearing it on the radio about, like, you know, how good it is. Like, I do detoxes a couple times a year, usually in the summer, because, you know, we're all trying to look good in the summer. But for some reason, I had the urge to do it now. And then when I was learning about it, I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I felt like kind of good about it, because I was like, it's a great time for fasting, purging, and detoxing. I'm literally detoxing my freezer and my body at the same time. It's great. All right. Anyways, so, all right, I already said that. This is also during every full moon, as always. It's a great time for clarity, a lot of realizations, revelations, whatever you want to call them. A lot of truths come out. What was done in the dark comes to the light. You know, the full moon also illuminates the sky. Energy is very intense at these times. So also another thing, this is like a personal experience thing I wanted to say. If you guys have pets or children and they start acting fucking crazy, just know, okay, animals are very much so affected by the full moon. You know how they always say like the freaks come out on the full moon? Okay, it's not that the freaks come out. It's like people, we're all naturally freaks in our own way, right? And I mean that in a loving way. But, you know, I don't want to make anybody, some people get offended by being called certain things. Like, I met someone last year and I don't mind being called weird. I know I'm fucking weird, whatever. But I called somebody else weird and they got all offended. And I was like, weird's a good thing. Like, weird means you're unique, like, and different, you know? So I don't mean to be insensitive to anybody out there or call anybody a freak, like you guys are like a freak of nature or something. I'm just saying like freaky, like fun, you know? Or I used to work up at the hospital where I used to live, and the full moons, the hospital was fucking packed. On the new moon, it would be dead. There'd be silence. There'd be nobody up in the ER. And on the full moons, it was like a raging shit house, okay? So, and it's not that the freaks come out on the full moon. It's that the energy is intensified. So people tend to do more sporadic things. More people are out because the skies are, you know, brighter and so on and so forth. The energy is intensified. So going back to the whole animal thing, if you guys have animals or kids and they start acting a fool, just know, okay? Just nurture them, okay? I know I have a rabbit, and that motherfucker right there turns into a little she monster, starts climbing the walls and shit. I mean, like, doing weird shit. And it's usually about 4 days before the full moon and a few days after. So it's about a week time frame every time. Okay, I finally figured it out. I'm like, what is wrong with her? And then she's so sweet the rest of the month. Okay. So anyways, a very mystical time. And I was drawn to that because where I live, I know it's different where everybody lives, but particularly where I live, it's been really eerie. Okay, the fog has been low and it's been staying low all damn day and dark, and it's so weird. We are past like the darkest, what do you call it? Like when, you know how there's like certain amount of daylight hours in a day, we are past that hump. So we're starting to go have more hours of daylight. We already passed that hump, if you catch what I'm trying to say. Okay. But just the fact that I was reading, it's a very mystical and powerful time. That may not mean much to you guys, but it did to me because I was like, holy fuck, it's so eerie outside. It's like the fog is so low and dense, and looking outside, I can't wait till the full moon so I can like look at it with like all the fog. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so mystical, and hopefully I can get a good picture. Clarity. Innovative ideas. So you may be having a creative spark, creative ideas. This is, okay, so now I'm going to go to, yeah. All right, I need to shut up and keep reading because we got more note cards here. Okay, so going back to how making moon water on the night of the full moon, okay? You can use it, this is uses for it. A lot of people ask me, well, what can you use moon water for? And I was like, I don't know. Good question, right? So I looked it up. You can use it to clean your altar, you know, your sacred spot or whatever, you know, use the water to wipe it down. Your sacred space, your crystals, that's the only thing I guess I kind of made moon water, but I always dumped it out, you know, after. I put my crystals in like a glass dish, and then I would fill it with just normal tap water. This time, I'm going to use moon water. Okay, well, you can use spring water, or you could distill your own water and, you know, boil it or whatnot. Or you could use spring water. They also say that you could use river water, and I was like, damn, that's like, sounds like a way better idea than buying some shit out of the store. Personally, to me, I'm more of a naturalist, okay? So a course online. Online's like, well, don't use water that you wouldn't drink if you intend to drink it. Me, I will fucking drink river water. I don't even care. I'm not advising that for everybody. Everybody is different. Some people are sensitive to shit, but me, I tend to, we could talk for hours. Okay. I tend to think in my mind, being exposed to certain natural things is what keeps our immune systems healthy. So like me, instead of wearing a fucking mask, I'd rather go lick a shopping cart, you know, like so gross. I've never done it, just so everybody knows. That's a disclaimer. Don't do that. Don't do what I do. But to me, I worked in medical, and I just feel like, and everybody's immune systems are different, and you know, we're all different. So I'm not advising that, but you can also use river water. And I was like, that sounds so much better to me to use, because if you think about it, the rivers are constantly being hit with moonlight. Like, hello, like you already got supercharged water, and then you're going to, you know, put your intentions into it to make it moon water. Like, how powerful is that, right? But if you intend to drink it, some people do drink it in teas, like hot tea. You can put it in there. You can put it in your bath. I'm not saying you need a whole bathtub of it, but if you guys do take spiritual baths, you can add some to that. That's other things that people use it for. It could also be used for ritual tools. I don't know. Don't ask me about that. I don't. Okay. Use it in a bath. You could also use it to cleanse your floors in your home. So if you have like hardwood floors or tile, like your kitchen and whatnot, you can use it to cleanse your floors. And online it actually said, just add to pine sol. It works great. So there you go. You can add it to your cleaners and use them to clean your home. You can also use it to water your plants in your home. It's like a supercharge, okay, is what it potentially does. I found this interesting. Some people were saying that you could dip your paint, or you can use it to dip, if you're a painter or you paint or whatever, and you know how you got to rinse out the brushes, dip your paint brushes in moon water, and it will give you that creative spark and that energetic flow. And I'm like, whoa, that's so amazing, because I love to paint. Okay, so those are some things that you can use it for. All right, so an Ayurvedic, I hope I'm saying that right, medicine, moonlight is believed to heal and soothe the body. When in contrast with the sun, the moon gently energizes versus the sun the sun's sharp brightness. Okay, so it's a gentle and easy way to soothe and relieve stress as well. Anxiety, stress, moonlight exposure. You know how they say go out in the sun and you get vitamin D? Going out in the moonlight on a full moon can also be beneficial if you suffer from anxiety or stress. It helps improve relaxation by promoting the natural release of melatonin. Y'all, fun facts, right? I didn't know that. You know, when people are like, oh, let's go sit under the moonlight, honey, and have a romantic date under the moonlight. Why do you think it sets the moon? Mr. Sexy Time. Just joking. Okay. So you can store it in a mason jar if possible, if you have a jar or a pickle jar. I mean, well, I don't know. I don't use a pickle jar because I don't probably smell like pickles, you know, unless you clean it really well. But anyways, I drink out of mason jars all the time. That's my thing. So all I have is mason jars. All right. Moon Cancer, blah, blah, blah. River water, I already said that. The tea, spring water, I already said that. Okay, so another thing that I got, so to do manifestations with the moon, you can take a note card like this, write down your manifestations, or your intentions. Intentions turn into manifestations, right? So I wrote down some just to give you guys some examples of how and a healthy way of doing them in case anybody's like clueless. Like, I know when I first started a few years ago, I didn't even know, like 4 years ago, I didn't know what meditation was. I didn't know how to meditate. I remember sitting there and I was like, when somebody said, oh, you should meditate. And I'm like, what do I do? Go sit there with my legs crossed and be like, you know? I literally tried that. And I tried to make my daughter do it for 10 minutes. It was the worst 10 minutes ever, okay? There's many ways you can meditate, manifest, so on and so forth. You just got to find what works best for you. So, yeah. Okay, so this is what I got. So write them down on a note card like this. And say you set your mason jar outside, you know, on the full moon. I typically do it for like 2 days before, 2 days after when I do my crystals. Y'all can do it however you want. Online it says, you know, on the night of the full moon. I do it for like 3 or 4 days after because it's damn near full moon anyway. So it's all energy, right? You're only gaining more energy. So I usually set my crystals out a couple days before and leave them out for a couple days after. You could do the same with your moon water. Write down your manifestations on a card, and you can set the mason jar on top of them. Okay, new moon is different, so maybe I'll do a new moon, one of these things closer to the new moon. Okay, but for the full moon, it's what are you trying to bring into your life? You know, did I just see an orb fly like right in my face? Anyways, okay. What do you want to bring into your life? Charge it overnight when the lunar energy is most potent. What's up, baby?
Can I get cereal?
Not right now. Give me a minute. Never make moon water during an eclipse. Eclipse energy overpowers the lunar energy. And it is not a good time to do this kind of work. Okay? Alright, so moon water is used to promote cleansing. We already talked about that. For this particular moon, it's a time of renewal and intention settings. Okay, it supercharges your intentions. So make sure your intentions are good. That was my added 2 cents. That was not online, but I'm telling you, make sure your intentions are well, because they are supercharged if you are using the manifestations and intention. You know, if you're working with moon cycles like that, just know that it's supercharged. So make sure your intentions are pure and make sure that they are good, because you wouldn't want anything backfiring in a negative way. That's why they often say, you know, be careful what you wish for, because you may just get it, or it may come in a different form that you weren't expecting. So be very, and that's another thing. Okay. All right. I'll get there. Whatever. So write them on a card, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay. So we are there. Intention examples. So also, like I told you guys before in the video the other day, before I even started my YouTube channel, I was super fearful. Man, my like, confidence, my everything, I didn't realize how fucked up I was, like emotionally damaged, and I had no self-love, no self-care. Like I had nothing. My shit was like stripped of me by shit that I went through. Okay. And I didn't even realize it at the time. I did not see it. Now, being in a healthy state of mind, I definitely can see it, and I can see it in other people, like you have a big sign on your forehead, you know? And yeah, whatever. But the thing was, is I started working with the moon cycles months before, and I kept asking, please take away my lack of confidence. Please, you know, whatever fear I have, you know, give me the confidence that I need to strive, or whatever, you know, whatever it was. But the thing was, is I burn mine personally. I burn my little card. I guess it's just more satisfying to me. Especially on the new moons, I feel like burning them, because that's what you want eclipsed out of your life. So burning them, I burn them every time because I find it fucking gratifying. Okay, like I feel like whatever I wrote on here, I'm giving it to the universe. You know, like I'm letting it burn. And so good, like whether you're eclipsing or asking, and that's another thing. Don't ever okay, let me just read it because I wrote it down in a way that sounded good. Or not sounded good, but yeah, instead of saying like I want to lose 15 pounds, try writing I'm going to treat myself to a nutritious lunch because I am a healthy person who deserves to feel energetic. Like try and write them down in a healthy way. And I'm not saying that that's unhealthy, but you got to be realistic. And so You can't just say, oh, I want to lose 15 pounds. I want a Ferrari. I want this. You got to write down things that are going to help you achieve that goal. Okay? Otherwise, it's like you got to adjust them to make them obtainable. You feel me? I hope that makes sense. So don't write down like, oh, I want a new car for, you know, this summer. I want this. I want that. Write down things. You got to put your thinking cap on. Okay? You got to write down things that will help you get to that. Like, you know, help me manifest a better job, you know, with better pay, or Lord, show me the way, universe, show me the way in the direction that I need to go to get on my path to be a more successful person in my life. You know, like write down things that will help you get there. Don't just write down what you want because you ain't going to get anywhere and you're going to be like, this shit doesn't work. And then you're going to lose faith and then it's just a fucking rabbit hole, right? Okay, moving on. So make them, adjust them. Every month when you write them down, adjust them, you know, write them down, and you can write down the same manifestations, but write them down in a different form, alter them a little bit, and that's how you perfect them. You feel me? Because if you just keep asking for the same exact thing, that's like where the saying comes, be careful what you wish for. Because if you keep writing that down, it's going to come in a different form that you didn't expect. If you write it down each month in different forms, you're kind of covering a more basis. You're forming whatever your manifestation is, you're forming it into perfection. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, so going back to intention examples, in case any of you guys are curious, because I know I had a hard time with this when I first started. I was like, I wrote down some silly shit. And it got better and better and better as the months went on, and it comes more like fluid to me. When I write down my card, I'm like I almost have to get 2 cards now because I have so much shit to say. And before I was like, oh, what do I write? Like I had a hard time. Okay. So you can write like, I intend to lead by example. I intend to love unconditionally. I intend to stop taking things so personally. I intend to manifest happiness naturally. Okay. Naturally, guys, key word. Some people out there are doing shit unnatural. AKA, we're not even going to say the words, but we know what I'm saying, okay? Naturally, all right? Working with the moon, the earth, the, you know, the environment, okay? Working with natural things. I intend to see the goodness around me. So, oh yeah. I intend to be kind even when under pressure. So even when under pressure, these are things that you can write down because these are things that will help you become a better person. And it's the shit that normal people, I mean, I'm not saying any of us are not normal, but even I didn't, okay? And that's why I'm making myself an example. Even I didn't. I was like, take away my lack of confidence, you know? But it was more like, you know, help me gain the courage and the strength to push forward. Show me what I need to see, you know? And there's been times when I've written on my card like, with this full moon, please illuminate the snakes around me. I'm ready to see, you know, the people. And I shit you fucking not. Like a week later, some people that I was kind of on the wall, like I thought they were my friends, but I seen some red flags, but I still am a Pisces and I was genuine about giving them a chance. And maybe, you know, like ones I kind of was like, oh, like in my heart, I felt some type of way, but I still showed love. Those motherfuckers exposed themselves and flipped on me like a hot switch. And I was just like, but you know what? It gave me the power to be like, I knew this was coming. And I didn't say a fucking word. And I didn't have to. You know why? Because they made an ass out of themselves while I just sat here and didn't do anything. They exposed themselves to not only me, but to others and disappeared out of my life. And it was great because I was like, after it happened, I was kind of bamboozled, like, why? Like, I knew that there was something faulty, but damn, like, that person really fucking flipped the script, you know? Like, I knew there was a little bit of dark energy in that person, but that shit went fucking straight devil on a bitch. Like, like, for real. And I was like, why did it, like, why? And I was like, oh, I know why. Because I asked for that shit. I asked for it. And I got it. Okay? And it was okay when it happened, and I was healthy enough within doing manifestations monthly that I was able to accept it and roll with it and not let it bring me out of my character. Because shit, take me back a couple years, I would have popped off and I would have did some other shit that person would have brought me out of my character. That didn't happen this time. And I was like, hell yeah. Like, finally. You know, and it's still just whatever. Went away. All right. Make someone, okay, I intend to make someone smile daily. You know, smiles are contagious. So even if you are like, fuck, I ain't that funny, or I ain't, you know, I ain't this, I ain't that. Stop saying that shit, okay? Write it down on your intentions. I intend to make someone smile daily. Whether or not you think you're funny or you're not, that shit will start manifesting. And a smile is contagious. If you can make someone else smile, that person will smile and the next person will smile. And that person that you made smile will make someone else smile. And then we'll all be fucking smiling, okay? We'll be looking like the Kool-Aid man over here. All right, so I intend to forgive others and myself. I intend to make mindfulness an important part of each day. Excuse me. I intend to suspend judgment and accept life as it is in the moment. Okay. So releasing expectations of others, you know, because in the end, who can you really expect shit from? Yourself. Okay. Hey, excuse me, Miss Full Moon Wackety Whack. Okay. So I think that's all that I wrote down. Wait, what is this note card? Okay. Yeah, that's all I wrote down for you guys. I hope that was somewhat helpful. Get your manifestations on. All right, guys, let's change the world one human at a time. Okay. I will see you guys in my next video. I will have some readings out for you guys today as well. Sorry I took the day off. I had like play date after play date with the kids and okay. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Peace.